Before anything else, I would like to clarify a few stuff regarding the content I will publish on this channel. First of all, and please, let me be the last time, I am not quitting Warframe. Some players are messaging me on Discord if I'm not going to publish any Warframe content anymore. I don't know where you heard all that rumors, but that's all fallacy. I will continue doing Warframe content and I got loads of topics to talk about for this game. However, I'm not sticking to just one game. You all know that I am a gamer who loves min-maxing builds, and Warframe is one of my favorite games because it offers a lot of customization and setups that will make your character overpowered. However, Warframe isn't the only game that offers this kind of enjoyment for me. There are the likes of Monster Hunter World and Destiny 2 that gives me chills, because I know that I have a game to break again. I mean to put up good builds and guides. This YouTube channel is named Grind Hard Squad, which means we grind hard in every games to give you the best possible builds and guides you can enjoy. So like I've said, I hope that this will be the last time I'll explain this, and I would like to thank you guys for your concerns and positive feedbacks on every video I put up on this channel. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Now let's get to the topic at hand. I was really laughing my ass out when I saw that Titania yet received another augment that gives out energy to her. I mean, the moment I saw this augment, I just smiled because all the new augments coming out for this frame is so focused on energy efficiency. Ironclad Flight will take away vacuum because some players don't like to suck all the energy orbs in the ground, and now, this augment, which literally gives you energy with just a simple cast of your spellbind ability. If we don't take the nitty-gritty details of this augment into consideration, then probably we can conclude that this is a massive boost to Titania, since 1. You no longer have to worry about energy while in Razor Wing mode. 2. You can let go of some efficiency mods. And 3. You can add up more power to her exalted pistols. In a sense, it makes Titania stronger, but, before we can conclude that those arguments are true, we should do some extensive testings with this new mod. Because believe it or not, one simple band-aid mod can make anything in this game either overpowered, or a meme. In the case of Titania's new augment, Spellbound Harvest's effectiveness solely depends on the mission type you are playing. The augment isn't as simple as you think. I know some would just go to the testing room, then cast this augment and conclude that it's good in getting your energy back. Well, that's not the case. Testing room dummies are grouped together initially. Surely, you will get a better result. But this is not the case in real missions. Do take note that this augment requires you to hit at least 4 enemies so it can proc the energy restore. And take note, this means that you need to hit these 4 enemies in one single cast of spellbind. For tight spaces, or team compositions that will allow you to group enemies together, then this is a very helpful and fun band-aid mod to use for Titania. But for open areas, wherein enemies are far from each other, you may find it hard to make this mod useful. In extreme circumstances, you will need to use options like Xenuric's Void Singularity, or the Magus Anomaly on your operator to pull enemies together. In survival missions, I could just stay in a safe spot, cast Lantern on enemies in front of me, wait for them to group up, cast Spellbind, and shoot them all, rinse and repeat the same process, and brag that I just took Titania in a very long endurance runs using this overpowered mod. However, I understand that not all Tenos are playing this way, so let's make a more fun build for this setup. The mod may have its flaws, but we can make it work well with Titania with a few tweaks. It's not written on the description, but power strength does affect Spellbound Harvest. The more power strength mods you put on your build, the more energy you regain from this augment. Also, it's good to know that range mods drastically help this mod to become effective. I'm not just talking about the radius benefit that Spellbind will have, but what I'm trying to say is, range will be very rewarding if you have this augment in your build, since you can utilize both Lantern and Spellbind abilities. Lantern with lots of range will crowd control enemies, giving you enough time and numbers to proc Spellbound Harvest. Also, you should know the fact that its energy return will not proc if you cast Spellbind to targets that are already affected by the ability. This makes range more rewarding for this setup, since you can easily pick the enemies you will target. The best thing about this setup is you can put a lot of firepower on Titania's Dex Pixia, since the Augment mod does scale with power strength. Also, we don't need Arcane Energize on our build. We can just rely on Spellbound Harvest to regain energy, and focus on arcanes that will make Titania lethal. Just take for example Arcane Velocity and Arcane Precision. This arcane will deal a massive 300% damage boost when it procs, and Arcane Velocity will give fire rate boost, which means that we can also min-max the build for our Dex Pixia. With the fire rate already taken care of, we can add lots of damage to our Dex Pixia, including elemental damage, and raw damage boosting mods like Augur Pact. You may also add Creeping Bullseye if you want, to give your Dex Pixia more critical chance. Anyway, the 35% minus in fire rate won't be that noticeable, since the fire rate buff coming from Arcane Velocity is pretty massive. However, don't try to add Magnum Force on the mix, since the accuracy penalty is pretty bad, especially if you are firing at long range with your Dex Pixia. If you can replicate this setup, then try out Titania in missions wherein you can encounter massive spawn of enemies. Try for example Sanctuary Onslaught. It's pretty fun to see enemies turn dumber as they just walk into the target affected by Lantern, while you are murdering them with your Dex Pixia and maintaining your awesomeness in pixie form with your Spellbound Harvest. It's fun and lethal. A perfect mix for an overpowered fairy. So that's it. I hope that you find the video entertaining and informative. Please do give it a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more Warframe content. Lastly, I would like to announce the scheduling for content on this channel. I will try to post content in an alternating manner. This means that right after this Warframe content, I will be posting either Monster Hunter World or Destiny 2 content. After that, it will be Warframe content again. I kinda like jumping back and forth to these three games right now, and I'm definitely enjoying this kind of setup as a content creator. If you think it's all about the money, well, you are wrong. It's about having fun with what you are doing. I don't care what other people say, as long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and my community is supporting me, then I will continue to post quality content every day. Thank you so much for your support. God bless you all. Squad Leader signing off.